Hello and welcome to another episode of Joe Exotic Speaks Out, here on JoeExoticTV.com every night at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time and now live on YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about one of the largest facilities in the United States called the Cleveland Armor Black Beauty Ranch, operated by the Fund for Animals and the Humane Society of the United States. They claim to be the largest and most diverse sanctuary there is. Out of 1,200 animals that they care for, they forget to tell you that 145 of those are wild pigs and the rest of them are mostly horses. Tonight we're going to tie the Humane Society of the United States, the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, Big Cat Rescue, along with many other facilities, how they're all unique, tidily together to take your animals and your rights away from you. Pictures speak 1,000 words. And just looking at a picture and how they build their cages, you can pretty much guarantee who they're getting their advice from. Anybody that builds a tree inside a cage where the structural pole is part of the cage, you gotta know that they're getting their advice from good old Carol. But being that they're the Humane Society of the United States and filing bogus charges against everyone else around the country, you would think, ladies and gentlemen, that they would change their water just a little more often for these animals to drink out of, instead of making them drink out of green slime. Or hey, is this the best thing you could come up with a tiger for? A drinking potable water out of a barrel wrapped in metal, wired with sharp edges to where he's got to stick his head through a hole in order to drink? But hey, you're not supposed to love on your animals or have them as pets, but by God, they can love on their animals. If the Humane Society of the United States spent half of their time spending their money on animals instead of bashing, harassing, and making up lies about everyone else, they would not have had to spend $15.75 million on a racketeering charge. Yes, you heard me right. $15.75 million on racketeering. And what exactly did they do? They paid witnesses to lie under oath that Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus was abusing their animals. Along with the Humane Society of the United States, another organization, an animal rights group, had to pay Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus exactly another $9 million for racketeering and getting people to lie under oath about them abusing animals. Now you take $15.75 million along with $9 million, and just how many animals across the entire United States could we have saved, helped, and build better facilities with all that money? They've got $15.75 million to pay on a racketeering charge, but on their website, they're begging you for money to buy misters for this poor little monkey. What happens when they get their webs all tangled together, along with the Humane Society and the USDA? A senator from Kansas, here in just a minute, you're going to hear him speak and show you the evidence of just how the Humane Society is governing the United States Department of Agriculture. And you're going to wonder just why these people get away with what they get away with. Here's just a little bit of evidence and pictures to show you that Big Cat Rescue is tied with the Humane Society of the United States and the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. And yes, the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries bragging about being part of the Humane Society of the United States. And then you got to wonder why they're not being inspected in over a year. Now understand that the USDA law requires you to be re-inspected to renew your license every 12 months. And these people have not been inspected in over a year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and watch this 5-minute video of the Senate arguing and complaining about the Humane Society of the United States running the USDA.
President.
Senator from Kansas.
Mr. President, thank you. I'd ask unanimous consent that the quorum call be lifted.
Without objection.
Mr. President, yesterday we concluded our work here in the Senate on our version of the Agricultural Appropriations Bill. I'm a member of the Appropriations Committee, a member of the Agricultural Appropriations Subcommittee, and I supported the legislation that we passed. But there is an outstanding issue at the Department of Agriculture that I was only recently made aware of. It's, to me, a very serious issue, which, given more time, I would have taken action here on the Senate floor. And it's an issue that I'll continue to pursue as a member of the conference committee as we work toward our final FY 2012 agricultural appropriations bill. The issue involves a memo issued by the Department of Agriculture last month, October the 6th, authorizing the Department of Agriculture Animal Plant Health Inspection Service, APHIS, to conduct an animal welfare scientific forum. This forum was approved by Undersecretary Edward Avelos on October the 12th. And I'd ask unanimous consent to submit the USDA's memo for the record.
Without objection.
Mr. President, thank you. The ironic thing about this forum is that there's little science involved. It is nothing more than, in my view, the Department of Agriculture spending taxpayer dollars on a forum to provide the Humane Society of the United States a public forum to espouse its anti-agricultural views. The document speaks for itself in this regard, and on page 2, the document states that APHIS, the Animal Plant Health Inspection Service, representatives believe that the Humane Society's intent is to promote and position the organization to be recognized nationally as influencing APHIS policy on critical and sensitive welfare issues. After reading that statement, it becomes clear that the Department of Agriculture is catering to an outside organization instead of relying upon the advice of animal scientists at our land-grant universities or even within the Department of Agriculture. If the Department of Agriculture was interested in science, why would it allow an animal rights organization to steer its agenda? Why wouldn't APHIS simply request the latest animal research from scientists across the country to make sure that its guidance is up to date? In addition to catering to HSUS, in planning this forum, the Department of Agriculture is precluding input from members of the agricultural industry it is supposed to promote. The memo states HSUS and other welfare advocacy groups would be invited to participate in a pre-planning meeting for the forum with senior leaders from wildlife services, animal care, and veterinary services. These groups would have input into the topics to be discussed, potential speakers for the topics, dates and times for the forum, how the forum should run, etc. That's quoting from the memo. No mention is made in the memo of asking any agricultural organization or animal scientist for pre-planning assistance. According to the memo, HSUS is going to set the agenda for this forum. Even if the agricultural industry is later invited to the event, agriculture would have the cards already stacked against them. I think it's important for most Americans to understand that HSUS is not your local animal shelter. HSUS is a national lobbying organization that spends most of its budget to lobby against farmers and ranchers that provide us with the food and clothing that we enjoy in this country. In fact, tax documents show that HSUS spends less than 1% of its budget on grants to animal shelters. Given these facts, you would have to wonder why the Department of Agriculture is giving this organization this platform and shunning producer organizations. This is one more demonstration that this administration is no real friend of rural America or the American farmer and rancher. My purpose this morning is to inform my fellow senators on what I consider this troubling development at the Department of Agriculture and to put the Secretary on notice that this type of conduct from the Department is unacceptable. The Department's mission statement reads like this: "We provide leadership on food, agriculture, natural resources, and related issues based upon sound public policy, the best available science, and efficient management. USDA should live up to its mission statement and work to promote agriculture, not to work against farmers and ranchers' best interests. And I would say not to work against the best interests of the consumer of food in this country. Going forward, I'll do my best to make sure that the Department of Agriculture adheres to its mission statement." Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Well, that video was just a little bit of a shocker. And if you want to talk about shocking, they can spend $15 million to pay on a racketeering fee, and they can spend how many millions building this lovely veterinary clinic down at the Black Beauty Ranch. But they have been cited and cited again for failure to provide veterinarian care and spending all that money and not being able to afford drugs they're using expired medication to treat their animals with. Yep, you heard me right. Failure to provide adequate veterinarian care. That's the Humane Society of the United States, and they have room to bitch about anybody else? But hey, we're talking about people that are there for the animals, not exploitation, not making money, or anything else. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Joe Speaks Out to bring you the truth about the animal rights group, the United States Department of Agriculture, and how this all ties in to control your rights to own animal. I'll see you tomorrow night on JoeExoticTV.com for another episode of Joe Speaks Out.